God knows Nigeria is blessed. The people.
I am a Nigerian. I am 1 in 5 Africans. I am 1 in 8 black people anywhere in the world.
The music. The food, the vibes, everything.
Being in Nigeria is one of the coolest things on earth, in my opinion. We have the stars, the artists, storytellers.
We have some of the most creative and talented young people out
We
there.
have some of the smartest people, lawyers, doctors, tech gurus who are doing crazy stuff inside and outside Nigeria.
You went to Harvard Business School.
Right.
You had offers at places like Facebook and Google after graduating.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
This is the future.
There's like a new tech startup in Lagos every single day. But honestly, the mind-boggling thing is that the country isn't really set up to facilitate any of this success. Like, the country is really set up to frustrate and not facilitate. But Nigerians still find a way to prosper. Things like lack of electricity, poor infrastructure, insecurity, even parts of our culture are just set up to really hold us back.
Will you keep quiet?
You see, growing up in Nigeria, there are things I didn't realize until after I left. I moved to the UK in 2017 for uni, and that's when I really started to realize how differently like kids from other parts of the world were wired compared to how I was wired.
My dearest Professor John Dalton. Good afternoon, sir. What if he's reading it in the evening, not the afternoon?
And at first, it was just the little things like how they would call their professors by their first names.
It took me a while, but eventually, I got there too.
But I quickly realized that it was a lot deeper than that. These kids were just better at expressing their thoughts and ideas. They were more able to like question authority. If they wanted their ideas to be heard, they were very vocal about it. While me, on the other hand, like whenever I was in the presence of any figure or form of authority, all of a sudden my tongue would become paralyzed. You see, that's because I grew up in a society where talking back to your elders was almost blasphemy. There was this form of blind submission that was celebrated as humility.
It was almost zombie-like. When someone older than you told you to move, you were to move and not to ask questions.
Like, you're legit not allowed to question anybody that's older than you. They've seen it all. But nobody is really asking what these elders are seeing, because what if they are seeing rubbish? What if they are seeing rubbish? My earliest memories of standing up to authority was when I would have some disagreements with like teachers in my secondary school, and instead of them to treat my opinions with any form of respect, I'll be replied with anything along the lines of, is it me you are talking to?
Parents are wasting so much money to make sure you are getting the best education.
So basically, to avoid being labeled as disrespectful, you start internalizing some of your thoughts and ideas, taming and caging your creativity to fit into boxes created by people who have never lived a day in your shoes. A wise man once said, culture is just peer pressure from dead people. And that guy was speaking fast. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my culture. I love my culture to bits. I love our food, our people, our colors, our festivals. But I feel like as a society, it gets to a point where we have to assess how certain toxic traditions are holding back the growth and development of the next generation. Anyways, through the course of my years in uni, I was able to outgrow a lot of these practices. I'm now a lot more comfortable in challenging people or speaking about my thoughts and ideas to people who are in higher positions or people who are older than I am. But even till date, I still see glimpses of myself falling into old habits.
Sorry, hi. Just good afternoon.
Like, there's a clear difference in how my mates are able to socialize and interact with senior leaders at the company in comparison to how I interact with them. And some days, like, I find myself laughing and giggling with like the senior leaders at the company, but on some other days, I see myself like not being able to maintain eye contact while speaking to them. So it's just something I have to be a lot more aware of. So to any young Nigerian, if you find yourself holding back your brilliant ideas and thoughts just because you've not been socialized to express them in that manner, just know that our counterparts around the world are not hesitating to take on those opportunities. Now, I'm not saying you should go and call your father by his first name. It's not me that sent you. But basically, I'm saying let's speak up, let our voices be heard, and let's be unapologetic in our brilliance. Anyways, that's today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your time. Subscribe so I can see you in the next one. But until then, you know the vibes. Stay light and stay G. Safe.